Shabbat Shalom. Call Halal Yahal Bashim Halashah Bashim Kakabadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them, taught us His truth. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, Tabernacle of David. All right. So we're approaching what I call free fall, where things, are happening so fast. Okay. That there's no space in between. There's no time in between the events that are happening. Okay. And with each day that passes, with each hour that passes, these things are going to begin to happen more and more, to where everybody's going to be afraid. All right, so we'll just touch on that real quick and get a couple of vids and try to keep it as short and sweet as possible. This is 2nd Ezra 16:38 or 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Okay. As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. This time is here when you can't ignore what's going on. You can't act as though, well, it's not affecting me, it's happening over there. No, it's happening here too, in different ways. All right, when the pipeline goes down over there, when they say no to pumping more oil over there, the prices of oil go up over here. There's always an adverse reaction to everything that happens. All right, so it is affecting you over here. All right, so what has gone on in the last just couple of days? All right, what's going on right now? What went down yesterday since the camp video? Okay, well, either one of these. Let's see. We can start. We can start here, Dabu. Okay,
Are you interested in a soul?
This is Dabu 7-7, October 10th. A series of major explosions rocked Kyiv in several locations across Ukraine on Monday. So that's basically today. All right. Stay in shelters. Russia launches large-scale strikes on 20 Ukrainian cities. More could follow. So it's on. Okay? The war is on. It's escalating exponentially.
This is Dabu 7. We have a series of major explosions rocking Kiev here today and several other locations across Ukraine. We have Vladimir Putin taking to the airwaves, putting out this announcement, stating that because of the attack on the Crimean Bridge, he ordered these responding strikes. We then have Zelensky confirming these strikes, saying that they're trying to wipe us off the face of the earth. And then they say that at least 100 strikes have been carried out in at least 15 different cities.
Boom. That's huge. And he said cities. Okay. So this is a change. This isn't the battlefield. Okay. They're hitting civilians right here. And of course they're going to say, oh, well, they were hiding, da-da-da-da. They had munitions over here, da-da-da-da. Hey, they're bombing cities right now. Look, on 20 Ukrainian cities, not the countryside. Okay. This is huge. This is a big escalation. So as this goes on, what is NATO doing? What What will NATO do next? What will the EU? What will Babylon the Great? What are they going to do in response to this? Tit for tat is on right now.
Putin, in his televised announcement, said that he ordered attacks on the military, energy, and communications targets, all in response to the bridge attack. They also hit a bridge and took it out. He says, have no doubt that Russia will respond to the exact level of threat that's being presented to them.
Tit for tat.
So 15 significant cities targeted in this. Some saying that this is their big barrage that they've been waiting for. Putin says, expect more if you want to counter. The word on the street is stay in the shelters. Because bombs are dropping all over the place. I'm going to leave a clip here that shows a lot of different angles of this. There's also reports of Iranian drones coming from Belarus. So you can see which side Belarus, Iran, Russia, all of them are in this war, opposite Ukraine, the West, and everyone else. Things are heating up. There are deaths reported in this. Civilian infrastructure and buildings hit as well. And there's no holding back now, it seems, for everyone that said Russia was holding back up to this point. So make sure to follow me over on Twitter for breaking news. And also join me for the live streams.
Okay, so Russia hasn't really done anything since the war started. Now they're about to start. Okay, it's on and cracking now. Let's see if I can find. He said he's going to leave. Oh, there we go. Zero Hedge. Learn more. Let's see. Socials, Twitter. BitChute. Twitter. Let me see. Learn more. I don't think there's more video. But anyway, your boy Chris Green shows a little video. So let's go to his. All right. So, I mean, hey, they said that this happened today, or whatever today was in Russia, which is probably into the next day, if you understand time. Okay, so let's watch this because he shows a couple of instances. He's going to say the same thing, right? So these things are
earlier today, so he's ramping up his
quicker and quicker. So watching the from the right-hand corner, he's going to show some footage of these bombs dropping in the cities.
The unthinkable could be next. I'm Christopher Green. Like and share this video. Get it out worldwide. So the unthinkable could be next in Ukraine, and I really only see three options for the grand finale, so to speak, the crescendo of the war that's currently being fought. One, Putin is deposed of. That would be an unthinkable event, and there is a change in leadership within Russia that possibly could even serve the new order and the new agenda. I think we should consider that. In fact, John Bolton actually warned of this on Friday in an interview in the mainstream media and said that Putin could be removed and or far worse, alluding to the fact that he could end up like Muammar Gaddafi. I'm paraphrasing a little bit. That would be option one. Option two is World War III, and we enter a nuclear war and a worldwide conflict, as we've seen today. More law.
Right there. We'll back that up so you can see it. And keep your eye, because that's one explosion. And it's going to look like it trickled over there, and then boom, another big one. So it's cracking. It's on and cracking. Watch it right
One.
here.
Option two is World War III, and we enter a nuclear war and a worldwide conflict, as we've seen today. More loss of civilian lives. Please pray for everybody in Ukraine. Pray for everybody here in America. Pray for the Russian people as well. I mean, we are entering a cataclysm that could only result in geopolitical conflict like we have not seen ever in the history of the world. Again, World War III will be fought with nukes, and World War IV, if we're still around, will be fought with sticks.
I thought you was a Bible man. Ain't no World War IV.
And stones, the famous Einstein quote. And the third possibility, outside of the two possibilities just mentioned, would be some kind of peace negotiation and deal, which I don't really see as likely. I don't see Putin.
No peace and safety. Okay, so I'm going to skip the rhetoric. What is he going to here? News about Biden. Armageddon. Hey, we're there. Okay, here we are, y'all. Let me get the other explosion this show. Just a quick one.
Footage. I actually retweeted one of it. You can see this dude, he's driving in his car, and boom, all of a sudden, those start going off. So they've opened up Pandora's box now. We're not moving towards peace, we're moving towards escalation. Kim Jong-un has fired more missiles, by the way, and he's got underwater silos that he had pictures of him taken with kind of a funny hat earlier today. So he's ramping up his technological advancement, and what he says, those are tactical nuke tests. And of course, the test we got just last week, which was the largest intercontinental ballistic missile over Japan and Tokyo, which sent off sirens and alarms, people seeking shelter, the government warning people to get into their bunkers. Just a couple of days ago, that was the longest intercontinental ballistic missile that had been launched since 2004.
Okay, hey. World War. The world is at war with each other. Not just bombs, okay? Then Dabu comes out with this. Minutes later,
Are you interested in a solar generator?
Slovakia. All right, so it says, it begins. Cyber attacks hit some of America's largest airports. Russian KillNet group claims hit. That's huge, okay? Now the asymmetric warfare, cyber shutdown. So they could, they could use anything. And when I say they, I mean Babylon can use those strikes, right, in Ukraine. They can say, oh, and they shut down the power grid in Babylon. They could shut it down right now and say that Russia did it, okay? So these things got to be taken into consideration.
This is Dabu 7. It looks like big cyber attacks targeting major U.S. airports has begun. Today, they're saying these alleged hackers from within Russia that go by the name of KillNet are claiming responsibility for targeting multiple U.S. airports and disrupting the systems in terms of air traffic control and their internal systems, all the communications. Now, they say that this did not disrupt any flights. They were able to maintain everything, stave off the attacks, so to speak, this DDoS attack, denial of public access, all this targeting multiple airports. Now, there is a list that has been put out. This may not be over with. This may continue. The list here is showing out of Chicago, O'Hare, Iowa's main airport, Kansas's main airport, Kentucky's airports out of Louisville and CVG in northern Kentucky, the Fly MSY site in AEX out of Louisiana, the BWI airport out of Maryland. And some of these, I'm not sure the exact name because they've just got a bunch of letters. I'm not sure exactly what airport that's going to be, but there's a list here that I'm going to leave below in a link, and I'm going to continue to update if we see any more of these attacks. I told you that after the Nord Stream stuff going down, you should expect something. This is kind of small. This could go large scale. This could be just the beginning of all of this. Either way, I'll keep you posted. Follow me on Twitter.
All right, so, hey, what happens when everything goes down? It doesn't even have to be an EMP. They could just hit the switch and shut all the power down. Okay, they can use any excuse, okay, to shut every damn thing down. All right. So, I mean, where do you go? Where do you go from there? They shall not slack. I'm gonna go back to 16. 16:39. 2 Ezra 16:39. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrows shall come upon it on every side. Okay? And then I'll read on. O my people, hear my word. Make you ready to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth. It's almost time to go. Then it goes on to say, don't take the chip. He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away. And he that buyeth, there you got buying and selling, as one that will lose. Don't take the C hip. Get it? See how close we are? All right, so with that, I'll go ahead and close. All right. Hopefully, the elect were edified. You brothers and few sisters, with that, I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom.